What up, YouTube? T-Moose here. Since I'm doing my reviews for Steven Spielberg films, oh boy, here is my review for his 2011 film, Contagion. Alright, now let me read off the synopsis, and the synopsis sounds a little bit familiar of what's happening now. Alright, it's, of course, stars Gwyneth Paltrow, Matt Damon, and all, and it's where Beth Amhoff, portrayed by Paltrow, returns to Minnesota from a Hong Kong business trip, and she ends up trooping to the Melody. She feels to jet lag, and so 2 days later, Beth ends up dying, and the doctors tell her shocked husband, played by Matt Damon, that they have no idea what killed her, but it turns out that there is a virus that's happening, and the film, and this virus turns out to become a global pandemic. Okay, does that sound familiar? Are we living in a pandemic? Yes, we are. And let me tell you, Contagion, holy cow, was this movie ahead of its time? I can imagine this, lots of characters in the films are wearing face coverings. There's no toilet paper that got stolen or anything, but yeah, and of course, you got Jude Law as a blogger was in this. Before the COVID-19 pandemic and all, we had some really interesting pandemic films, whether you talk about Outbreak, Contagion. Contagion is a really solid one. I remember watching this film, and I actually saw this movie in free, by the way, because I remember one time people was handing out flyers, a free ticket flyers and whatnot, and for Contagion, and I was like, wow. Seeing a movie for free? Sign me up. And I gotta say, I simply love Contagion. The movie turns 10 years old next year. Let me just wrap that head around your head. I'm gonna be 10 years old by the time next year comes around. The film got released, of course, on September 9th, 2011. It's a really interesting one. It is very tense. Great cast. You also had the likes of Marion Cotillard, Lawrence Fishburne, John Hawkes, Sanaa Lathan, Bryan Cranston, Kate Winslet was in this. This pandemic ends up killing lots of people in this film, and Contagion it's such an intense watch. It definitely feels like what's going on today. Lots of stuff in this film really feels like, what's happening with the pandemic now. And it's a really, I do like me a good pandemic film, whether it's Outbreak and whatnot. But yeah, of course, Jude Law plays the popular blogger who has conspiracy theories about the government's ties with the drug companies here. And so you also got Lawrence Fishburne as the Dr. Alice Cheever, who is who of course is part of the CDC in Atlanta. Kate Winslet, of course, portrays Dr. Aaron Mears, who is part of the epidemic intelligence servants who tries to track down the spread what ties with the spot visits. Marion Cotillard, of course, portrays Dr. Leonora Ortiz, who is the investigator from the health organization in Geneva. It's a really decent pandemic film. Steven Spielberg, I feel like he knew, he figured that, we were going to be living in a pandemic. I guess you could say Contagion sort of predicted the future with COVID-19 and all that. Because this thing definitely feels like what's going on in today's world. If you guys never really seen Contagion, if you guys want to watch some interesting pandemic films, definitely Contagion's a good one. Obviously, go check out Outbreak if you guys haven't seen that. But Contagion is a really solid film to watch. Definitely give that one a go. Anyway, let me leave you guys. Have you ever seen Steven Spielberg's Contagion? If so, what'd you do of it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you even figure that it probably predicted the future and all that? And what are some of your favorite pandemic-based films? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is T-Moose signing off.